All right, brother, here we are.
Good evening, kiddo.
Hey, what's the word?
Happening? I see you got a little cold there. What's going on?
Man, fucking, I'll tell you later, but what a fucking nightmare.
You need some vitamin C, kid.
Man, I need a motherfucking vitamin, everything. Fucking bad. I'm all right now. Last few days, ooh,
yeah.
Man.
But you didn't get vaccinated or anything like that, no?
Nope.
No? Okay. Because sometimes that's the effect that the vaccine gives.
No.
Not yet, so it's just the cold.
I don't know what the fuck it is. Goddamn blue monkey flu.
Oh, boy. Yeah. All right, that's good. Glad to have you back. Listen, saw the small video that you sent me on Mike Tyson.
That was pretty intense, huh?
Yeah, I seen him crying, and you know how he's turned to humbleness now, and you know that it's hurting him because of sometimes he feels like a little bitch, because when at the beginning when he was in the ring, everybody feared him and he felt respected, and he wanted just to tear everybody apart, and you know, just this respect and the knowing that people feared him because of what he represented and stuff like that. And he's crying because he's missing that. And then now a lot of people try him because he's, or not a lot of people, but he's tried that people don't fear him anymore. And you know, sometimes when he gets angry, he doesn't want that monster to come back out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then that put me to thinking, you know what I'm saying? That my transformation, I relate a lot with what he was saying, because you know how we were back in the day. You understand me?
Yep.
And you know, everybody, wherever we went, you know, hey, you know, so and so's here, and everybody would run, blah blah blah, kiss ass or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That made us, you know, put our chest out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Made us feel badasses. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody tried us, they were dealt with.
Right.
One way or another, they were dealt with. And then it just got me thinking of something that when my transformation started was when my first wife passed away. Veronica.
I remember that. I was in Japan when that happened.
You were in Japan, exactly.
I got that fucking phone call. I was like, oh man.
You know, I was going through a phase here in Colombia. That was when the extortion had gone through the roof, way through the roof. You know what I'm saying? And then people were extorting for everything, even for the people that sell coffees in the street,
shaking people down.
They were shaking people down. You know, and then this thing over here got really, really, really hectic. And I remember that I came down when I told you they put out a hit on me for the 980,000. Remember?
Yeah.
Close to here, that I got away. That I don't know. I still don't, to this day, I don't know how I got away.
Right.
Well, when I came back, I hauled ass from there, obviously, and I went to the Indian reservation where my family. I went and I because I didn't know what the hell was going on. I needed to find out, so I needed to go somewhere safe.
Wait a minute. So you got an Indian reservation over there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Are you guys protected over there?
Yeah, totally.
You got a teepee?
Yeah, everything.
Teepees
well, over here they don't. Well, they got teepees, but over here they don't use really teepees. Over here, what the Indian use are clay huts,
like a mud hut.
Mud hut, and then that's mud hut. I used to sleep on a hammock.
In the mud hut?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't know that?
No.
On one of the trips that we do with the guys, we gotta go.
I got you now, you mud hut motherfucker, you.
All right. Anyways,
go ahead, finish.
Getting back to the story, I went to the reservation. You know, I wanted to clear my head. I wanted to find out what the fuck was going on, and find out why everything was happening. You know, I found out everything. But once I got everything clear, I said, fuck it. You know what? I came back to Barranquilla, and I was leaving to the States.
Right.
The day I was leaving, I stopped at somebody's house. a person's house, right? You know,
Right.
hey, whatever. I said hi, you know, just to say hi, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then, hey, how long have you been here? No, I've been here such dates. No, but I'm leaving. I'm on my way to the airport. When I leave to the airport, right, I'm with all my guys, bodyguards. I'm like, I had like 10 guys with me.
Right.
You know, we're at the airport, and then I see a crew of guys come in. Understand me? And one of them, I had seen him before, but I didn't, you know, one of my guys, I have my right-hand guy next to me. He goes, yo, that's so-and-so. I go, oh, shit, you know, that's part of our same crew, the same people that we work with. Hey, Carlos, blah, blah, blah. He comes up and he sits down next to me. And then he tells me, so-and-so sent me. I go, so-and-so, what do you mean? I just spoke to him the day before yesterday. He didn't tell me anything. Sent you for what? Know that you owe so much. Well, I owe so much. What are you talking about? And then he goes, no. And then I told him, I'm telling you, I spoke to so-and-so the other day. He didn't mention any debt to me. He goes, no, no, no. And he showed me a piece of paper. Showed me a guy's name. I'm like, oh, this piece of shit. One of the guys that was extorting people here.
Okay.
What happened? I had made the decision to start selling my properties over here.
Right.
Because I said, I'm not going to be spending time over here. Veronica passed away. I'm going to be spending more time in the States. You know what I'm saying? I go, listen, call him on the phone. So he calls him on the phone, puts him on the phone, and I go, listen, what's this all about? He tells me, no, you remember such and such date, that something that I go, listen, that was like 10 years ago. You've partied with me. We've worked together. Right. In all these 10 years. I used to give him money in the States. He would give it to me here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Throughout this time. And you never mentioned this debt to me. Why now? They were extorting. Since they knew I was selling property, right, they knew I had cash. They wanted to take the money from me. I go, let's do something. I remember this was December 17th, 1997. God damn. Okay. December 17th. That was the last time I was here. Okay. I go, let's do something. You know, my wife just passed away. I'm gonna spend Christmas with my kids. I'll be back before New Year's, and before New Year's, we'll sit down and we'll talk about this. You right. Sure you'll be back? I go, yeah, I'll be back. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom, boom. I put the guy back on the phone. I don't know what he told him, but everybody stood up. And he goes, no, but he wants you to come with me. I go, listen, the only way you're going to take me out of this damn airport is with my feet in front. Right. Yeah. I'm not, and I'm getting up now and I'm leaving, and do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? My guys got up, everybody spread. So what I did, I just got up and I practically, I not ran, but I was walking really fast, and I went through immigration. Once I was in immigration, I was out. You know what I'm saying? Did they try to grab in the airport? It's kind of no, because they thought I was alone. When they saw that everybody spread, they were like, "Oh shit!" You know what I'm saying? This is not gonna be. Oh, okay, all right. You know what I mean? So I went into immigration and I left. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then when I got to Miami, I called them. I go, listen, you're not gonna see me tomorrow. You're not going to see me next week. I don't know when you're going to see me, but you're going to see me. But let me just tell you, you went the wrong way. I'll be the last fucking face you see, motherfucker. You went the wrong way. And the rest of that story, I'll finish it when you guys come over here in Colombia. But how do I relate this to Mike Tyson? To Mike Tyson. I was ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my mom, wait a minute. You got to think now. Oh, your mom was over there. Yeah, my mom was in Miami. Okay, your mom was in Miami. Miami. And I'm burning. You know what I'm saying? I'm burning. I go, how this piece of shit gonna try me? You know what I'm saying? Right. My mom, she tells me, hold on. You got to stop, wait, and think a minute. Your girls are alone. Before, you could do whatever you want. They had their mom. Yeah. Now they only have you. I was like, wow. She like, you know what I mean? And because of my kids, I started this whole transformation of being that monster that Mike talks about to being a new person, a better person for my kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I can relate with him. And I tell you another story similar to this. Okay. And this happened to me here not too long ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day when I was doing excellent, I wasn't even here. I was in Miami.
Right.
My kids were here with Veronica, the deceased, my ex-wife. She was here with my kids and all that.
The living.
Here.
Okay.
And my kids were here on vacation with her, my nieces and everything and all that. Someone close to us decided that to spread that there was money in my apartment. You know what I'm saying? That there was money in my apartment. And they started my apartments, my doors and everything was bulletproof. They were trying to knock down the door. No, that wasn't gonna happen. So what happened? My grandmother was with Veronica and the kids and everybody. They got scared and they called my mom in the States. Carlos, this is going on, you know, blah, 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 blah. Boom. So I'm like, what? I call over here, I made sure they were okay. I call the police major here. They rushed to my apartment and they grabbed the guys. Lord and behold, you know, they made them talk. Okay. I find out who exactly it was and everything. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At that moment, things they disappeared that guy. They didn't, you know, I mean, he didn't kill him or anything, but they made sure that he got out of here. Okay.
Right.
This is where the Mike Tyson part that reflects on me happens. Not even, I'll tell you, like about 8 months ago. 8 months ago, I'm with some friends, some family members and stuff like that. And then a guy gets there, right? I'm with my daughter. I'm with my baby. I got my baby in my arms. I'm like, damn, this guy looks familiar. You know what I'm saying? And they, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I shake his hand and everything. I'm thinking, where the fuck do I know this guy from? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then one of the guys, he goes, this is so-and-so. I'm like, oh. The guy that promoted the beat down on the door that they were going to break into my apartment where my kids were at.
This was just recently?
This was like 8 months ago.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And this is where I feel Mike. I feel him because I had my kid with me. If you know, and thank God, because if I would have been alone, you know what I mean? And so I understand him completely. You know what I mean? People, that transformation, sometimes, like he says, sometimes you have to let shit go, you know, but it's hard, kid. It's hard. You know, you don't want that inner side of you that you don't like, I don't even like that part of myself to come out, you know?
Yeah.
So, and it's dangerous. It's just dangerous. But, you know, that video stirred all that shit up inside of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
well, you're a better man than I am. I'll tell you that, because that guy, you remember Natty?
Yeah.
Natty, that motherfucker. He after my wife passed, that motherfucker wore a wire on me.
Yeah, I remember you sent me the.
All right. So when I find out, I'm over here in the kitchen. I get a fucking recording in the mail. Cops dropped the fucking recording on him, and I'm listening to this shit. And my brain's going, don't do anything. Because my wife's gone.
Right.
And all I got is her. All
Exactly.
she's got all she's got is me.
Exactly.
And my brain's going, don't do it. But I couldn't help myself. It was just, you wore a wire on me and tried to take me away from my daughter. Are you fucking out of your mind? I mean, really? What the fuck?
Listen. I think on my end, I think that motherfucker was just lucky.
Who?
You know what I mean? That guy, the one that 8 months, he was just lucky.
You
that I
had your
was with my
daughter.
friend,
You had your
that
daughter in your arms.
that I had my daughter with me. He was just lucky. All
He
right.
was lucky.
You know
Where
what
is
I'm
he
saying?
now?
I wish I knew, man. He's nowhere to be found.
No.
After, because something occurred that night. Something occurred. I don't know if I should say. You know what I mean?
Just say in code.
That he understood what I meant.
That's good enough.
He
Yeah.
understood without me. You know what I mean? He understood.
Okay.
And so, ghost. You know what I mean? So,
literally.
Yeah, kid. Oh man.
Did you know? You remember Mike when he was? I fought, and I used to love to watch Mike.
Right.
Mike. If you're a fighter and you understand what he was doing as a fighter, he was doing things completely different. I don't want to get into fighting, but his mentality. I just listened the other day how his trainer, I guess it was his father that adopted him, who's a trainer. I believe that's
something like that.
Yeah. And the way Mike explained it was, he would bottle everything up until it was time to go in the ring. And then everything all your emotions and your feelings and all this stuff would come out in the ring. And he said he would cry before every fight. Okay.
Right.
There's nothing more scarier than a guy that's crying before you're fighting. They ain't crying because they're fucking scared.
No.
When you got fucking tears of fear, not fear, but of fury, rage, those fucking tears. Let me tell you what, you better run, motherfucker. He used to cry before every fight, and I can understand. I can definitely understand what he means like that. Yeah. And he cried. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Mike's still walking around the way he is. He even had a tragedy in his family. I mean, I don't even want to mention it. It's so bad. It's something me and you would never want to.
Right.
The heart just breaks when you hear that. And there was a guy interviewing him once and asked him this question. And Mike just took the microphone off and said, "You got to leave right now." He was about ready to kill that guy right there on the set. And this guy was an old man asking him, just ask him as a reporter. And, it's just one of those things. You're like, fuck, just heartbreaking. And for him to even, I probably would have taken myself out.
Yeah.
I would have taken myself out. It was that bad. Wow. And for him to live through, he's had some issues. He's had issues in the past. He went to prison for who even knows. We don't even know.
It's true. Now with everything that's coming out with the mob and Don King and all that shit was fucking. You know what I mean? I've always thought he was totally. Yeah, he was nut, and then he just fell right into the fucking traps.
He fell into the trap, and a guy with all that money, any girl he wanted. I mean, it just doesn't. It doesn't fit, right? And it didn't. And I think she reported it way after the fact. If I'm right, it wasn't like the same day type of shit.
No.
911 call. That's usually what you got to watch out. But listen, we don't know. We can't say you're gonna hear, but just looking back now. Now
that everything is adding up.
Fucking what they try to do to the fucking Supreme Court guy, the one they tried to elect, Kavanaugh. And the lady's up there saying, "Oh, this happened." Come on, man. She was fucking loony. Complete fucking lunatic. There he is, Supreme Court justice, and the whole story's gone now. She said what she said, tried to ruin his ass in front of his kids, and now he's good. But Mike is. That's a tough son of a bitch. Not physically, fucking.
No, mentally and everything.
His brain, his heart. I mean, I really feel for that guy. It seems like he's a funny motherfucker too.
Huh?
He's a funny motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah, he's a big motherfucker. I seen him one time. I mean, you see him big on TV, but you see him in person, that dude's a wall. Yeah. Oh man, that dude is big. He's big, but and you can tell he's how do you say that word? He's not naive. He's like he's a nice guy. Is he like innocent? Yeah, he's got that
Humble.
innocence.
He's humble.
That's the word. He's humble.
Yeah.
You know, they just, you know, he's got a quick trigger. You know what I'm saying? He knows he can take care of business.
He wasn't humble before, though. You remember what he said? He
No.
wasn't humble. He's learned how to be humble. I mean, God chopped him down. He's been through. When you look at people, what they've been through, he's been through a lot. That guy,
right.
From world champion to broke to divorced to the fucking family tragedy to prison, and here he's still fucking standing.
And he's still there, and he's gotten back up. He's gotten back on his feet in a good way. In a good way.
That's the Iron Mike Tyson there. Goddamn it.
Totally. But I've seen him throwing some punches the other day. I'm like, wow, this dude still got it. You know, so it's good. Oh boy, Mikey. So what else we got, buddy? Anything on the mob today?
Speaking of Mike, we got Mike fucking Franzese.
What do you do now?
He did a good move. I got to give it to him. Well, I don't know if it was him or his fucking producers or whoever else, but Michael's found his niche. If he stays with this, I watched it for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. He's basically being on this last video he let out on YouTube. He's the host, but it's the Michael Franzese thing, right? And he's interviewing this girl, and this girl has been through a lot in her life, and not talking about the mob or anything. He's basically like a Joe Rogan type of thing. And if Mike stays along that path and just has guests coming on his show, you can't touch him as long as he doesn't start fucking lying to people.
Yeah, well, the ones that are talking are his guests, so he can't lie.
Well, no, he can say, you know, they tell a story, and then he can say, well, you know, as an ex-Colombo boss, and then show his side of the story with lies in it. If he does that, then we can fucking hammer it. If he doesn't with the lies, and he stays on this path, if that's the path he goes, he's smart. He's smart. He's got a lot of followers. He doesn't need to do this mob shit anymore because it's the same. My dad gas scam, chicken scam, my dad.
And I didn't cooperate.
And just a bunch of fucking lies. He's got a lot of followers. Take that and do it
into something positive.
Yeah, and he even mentioned the church, so he can do both, and he can play the gangster without lying and not being this tough guy, and play the church side and do both and be right in the fucking middle, and bam, home run for Mike.
Okay.
If he doesn't fuck it up. If he doesn't fuck it up with his bullshit lies, he just fucking keep going. And then but that was just one. Maybe tomorrow he's going to come out with another mob fucking video. Who knows? But you know what, I was the YouTube people, you know how they love the Mafia, right? But there's no mob more interesting than the Yakuza. I'm sorry. When it comes to interest, American mob, the fucking Italian mob, yeah, it's cool. But you want fucking super cool, the fucking Yakuza is, man, they got their boss, just like we got a boss. They got an underboss, just like we got an underboss. They got soldiers and family and little cliques and clans and shit. Try 80,000 fucking members.
Oh.
Talk about that. That's a mob, right? That's a mob. Now, that's between the three families, but still, who gives a fuck? That's a lot of people. 80,000. They would if there was a war, they'd wipe out fucking everybody. Just by
they're spread out through where?
Japan. I mean, there's
Japan.
There's some in the States, but fucking why fuck around in the States?
Yeah.
When you got the RICO and all that shit, all those fucking, at the time they didn't have it over there. They didn't have the Yakuza had a piece of everything. And when I mean everything, I mean the telephone company, taxis, nuclear power plant. If it was a business, they got a piece of the action. Just like that. They have their own offices in the cities. You know, it was almost like a part of the government.
Right.
Government, you got the Yakuza and they're in there, right? But then you got the street level shit. You know, all the bars, all this and all that, all the gambling, prostitution, you name it, they did it. You name it, they did it. The difference, I'll tell you this, when I was there, I saw my own eyes. Talk about power. You never seen anything like it. Let's say, for example, one of the bosses or something would come into town and they knew where he was driving or he was walking out of a restaurant or whatever the fuck it was. These guys line up, right? down the street, talking to, 100, 200 on each side. And as he's walking by, as he passes, they bow. So they start bowing like this.
Oh, okay.
These fuckers bow. I mean, this is crazy. They're all wearing this. They're all wearing suits. They're all, I mean, to the T. These guys are to the fucking T.
Respect.
Big, huge respect.
Totally different culture.
Way. It's so for, as far as interesting goes, I mean, they're not like, yeah, they were a little more flashy in a way than John Gotti, because it was almost part of the government.
Right.
It was like the Yakuza, and listen, every politician, everybody had, they had a piece of the action. But what happened was, let's say, for example, there was a beating. Guy could be walking down the street and something happened stupidly. They beat this motherfucker. And when I mean beat somebody, I mean beat.
Fixing everything.
Just grab beat the shit out of them, and the cops are standing there. Cops ain't fucking jumping in. Could you imagine that happening in New York? They're beating the shit out of somebody with stick, and the cops ain't jumping in. You got that many fucking people. Then after they leave, then the cops will come and say, they'll call.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
You okay?
Are you okay?
And then if they beat someone bad, like really bad, and they beat maybe the wrong guy, and there's a real beef, and there's a little heat on, the police station, they'll call the Yakuza and say, listen, we need somebody. Okay, we'll send you somebody. Hey, you, Takahashi, turn yourself in. Turn yourself in. Bow, yes, sir. That was me. Arrested. Wow. Done, just like that.
No ratting over there, huh?
Nope, I'm arrested. They used to go in if there was a shooting and they needed somebody, they go in with the gun. Here you go. And bow, sorry, it was me. No fucking questions. They got their person. Not like here.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. And then, he told me to do it. He told me to do
Yeah.
No, I did it. Here's the gun. Bow. Thank you. Oh, wow. We got the person. They don't give a fuck who it was. They got the person. However,
that's the way it should be.
Not anymore. You want to know what they did? Oh man, listen, there, Giuliani and it was Sammy the Bull and those motherfuckers and Mike crying about the RICO. I'll tell you what the fucking RICO times 100, times 1,000. Check this out. They said instead of coming up with some fucking RICO type of law, they crippled the fucking Yakuza by going, you can't, as a person, open a bank account. You can't buy a car. You can't have a phone. You can't rent an apartment. You can't do any fucking thing. And then me and you would think, oh, you know what? I'll have someone do it for me. If you do it for them, your ass is going to prison. It's a crime to fucking assist a Yakuza to rent, an apartment. Wow. They crippled these motherfuckers. They went down, they're down to 1/10 of what they used to be.
Wow.
All without doing anything. Think about it.
Wow.
Without the RICO and all that bullshit, you can't rent the fucking house. You can't have a phone in your name. You can't open a bank account. How the fuck are you supposed to do anything? You can't live.
Gotta go to jail.
How fucking easy. How fucking smart.
Yeah. Well, Japanese, man, they're fucking brains. You know what I mean?
That was some smart shit. And there was a what was it? Yamaguchi or can't remember which fucking family it was. I'll have to look it up. I can't, so many fucking Japanese names. There was a boss and he died, right? This is almost identical to the John Gotti when Paul Castellano became boss. So the boss dies and they don't know who to name the successor, right? So they temporarily name this one guy, and then by a vote later on down the road, they said the other guy's going to be the boss, right? Well, this motherfucker here takes off and takes some crews, a bunch of guys with him, because he wants to be the boss. So this other guy's the boss, and now there's a fucking war inside the fucking family. It was fucking nuts. It was nuts. It was called the Yamaguchi. I can't fucking, anyway, two guys, they were fighting on both fucking sides. But it was just like Paul Castellano. They don't want him to be the boss. They wanted the other guy to be the fucking boss. Yeah, and fucking kaboom. And there it goes.
And that's what fucks the business organizations and everything up. Over here, the same thing. You know, once the big leader leaves, everybody else wants to be the one on top. And you know, why you? No, why you? Why you? And boom, 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 everything. You know, that's it's a power struggle.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
We can do. Me and you can do a couple things here on the Yakuza, and my buddy Kawana. Kawana was, you know,
How's he
Kawana.
doing?
Kawana's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know Kawana. Kawana. So yeah, I'll have to give him a call and see what we can talk about. But I'm sure we can talk about almost anything now because they're fucking crippled.
Okay,
They're fucking
that
crippled.
would be good. That'd be interesting.
That would be really interesting. And listen, you YouTubers, you love the mob, look up the fucking Yakuza. You'll love it. You'll fucking, if you dig deep, the Yakuza is so fucking interesting, unbelievable. And they go back way back, motherfuckers. Samurais, goddammit.
Oh boy, what else we got?
There was I got a couple messages about a guy named Jimmy James Calandra. He's a member of the Bath Avenue, some guys up there, New York area, I believe, New York, New Jersey, some shit like that. I don't know, I don't pay attention, but he's one of those crews. And I believe someone got shot and say he got caught, and I don't know if he was involved. The person wasn't supposed to get killed. It was accident. Who the fuck knows? And he cooperated to get out. And people are saying, you know, why don't you guys go after this guy? Go after this guy, you know? And I'm thinking, well, let me just check him out, right? Let me see what he's about. Just because someone cooperated, I'm not going to go after someone because they cooperated. It's the liars. It's the liars that fucking bullshitters.
What I laugh at is that why don't we go after them? Like, what the fuck? What are we? We're chasing now. What the fuck?
Yeah, why don't instead of lay off Sammy and what do you go after this guy? So I watch a video, and the first thing I see this guy say is, I'm getting a little older, and I start thinking about God, and I want to turn my life over to God, and I want to do all this. And I thought, I'm not touching him.
Right.
I'll touch him. Not, he's off limits unless he starts pulling a Franzese and lying. But from the first 3 minutes I watched, he's turned his life over to God. He wants to start doing good things for people. He wants, you know, as he's getting older, he's thinking about his family and all that stuff. So I got no beef with anyone who wants to do that at all. He seemed fucking sincere to me. So no reason. Yeah.
What's his name? Calandra?
Jimmy Calandra. Yeah. They started giving him some shit because Sammy the Bull actually had him on his channel. And for Sammy to bring someone on his channel, which I've never seen anybody on. Well, I've seen a couple people. They brought him on his channel and kind of promoted this guy because he came out of nowhere.
Right.
No, and no one knew him. And then he gets on Sammy's channel and they do a couple sit down interview bullshit like that. And then he's got his own channel and he's starting to, actually on that same video, I think he was interviewing some of his followers, right? And he had them on the screen, like me and you, right? He had them on the screen. Mm-hmm. And this one little, he must have been 21, 22 years old. I think he was from the UK. I think he was Middle Eastern, but from the UK, I think. Boy, this kid, one of those YouTubers, it knows the fucking insides out of the fucking mob.
Nailed him.
No, he knew the inside out of the mob, like he knew everybody, this kid, right? And then he asked him about, he goes, listen, Sammy the Bull, he went out, he did the work to become a made man. Mike, yeah, I'm sorry, but he's a good racketeer, but he's just not the fucking gangster. This kid,
right.
He nailed it. He fucking nailed it.
Excellent.
So that's a consensus in the world. I believe that Mike's he's a racketeer. He's not a killer. He's not. And that being said, I think Mike found his new path.
His niche.
If it was good to interview the girl he interviewed, man, what a fucking story.
Really? I gotta check.
It's not a story like gangster story. It's a life story. And this girl went through some shit, boy. The bottom line is she was really sick as a kid, sick physically, and then it became mental because she was sick. She comes to find out she could have cured herself, but fucking the food she was eating. She stopped eating all this crap. She had her hip replaced, her fucking ankle replaced, all this, and the doctors are take this medicine, take that medicine. She's getting all
Wow, and they were screwing her up even more.
And then she went to college, and then she got sicker because she's drinking beer, eating pizza, and she finally like, fuck this. She starts eating clean, and then out of like a month later, she's like, and now she's pissed off because the doctors been fucking bullshitting her this whole time. You're supposed to be doctors. This girl's beautiful. This girl's fucking beautiful. And you look at her and you're like, she got a fucking hip replaced or ankle replaced, all from this some sort of arthritis from a young age, 7, 8 years old.
That's messed up.
Fucking food.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Cocksuckers.
I'll check it out. Listen, how about this other guy? They sent me some messages to check out some guy, Raymond Raymundi, or something like that. That he supposedly he was in on 300 plus hits or something like that. You ever heard of him? Raymundi or Raymond or something like that?
No.
I have to check it out. I got some messages on them.
That his first name or his last name?
Last name.
There's one guy that look with the fucking mustache. I don't know. I see these
He's
fucking
got the goatee. Big guy.
Yeah. Those, listen, I don't even click. I look at the words and I go, come on, man, fuck. If we said what we did, we'd be doing triple fucking life.
That's gave me like, yeah.
Fuck that. I'm putting that shit on the fucking thumbnail. I don't even know what's funny. Listen, YouTube people, just so you know, because a lot of people don't know. Me and Carlos, I went to prison twice. When I was 16, charged as an adult, went to prison at 18, had the chance to cooperate, could have taken him down if I wanted to, could have taken anybody down if I wanted to. Then I got popped again in the state, and now I was pending bond on that one. And that guy was on a hit list. He was definitely going. He got really lucky. And then while we were trying to get rid of him, in the process of finding him and locating him, I caught a federal case, and they never arrested me. They arrested everyone else but me. I got away, called Carlos and said, listen, I got a fucking problem. He got me a fake passport, and then I left the country. And when I got arrested, finally, it was 4.5 years later, they said, I was looking at fucking life. You know that? I was looking at life because I had 2 priors. Right. That was strike fucking 3.
Right.
It was strike 1. Then I had to plead guilty. I don't know how they did. Was it state first? Plead guilty in the state, come back in the feds. Plead guilty in the feds, go in the state. They may have pled guilty in the feds first, and then went to the state. Then went to the state, and the state ran it concurrent, coterminous with the fucking feds. Had I went the other way, I was part of the plea bargain. They're going to go, listen, if you go to trial, we're going to hit you with you have 1 prior, right? You got the state pending. You'll get convicted on that one. Boom. That's strike 2. Then in the Fed, strike 3 is fucking, you go all the way.
Done.
You're done. Strike 3 on the drugs. So they go, we'll do this. Plead guilty to 10 fucking years. I want to rip my fucking lawyer's throat out. It wasn't his fault. Plead guilty to 10 years, and this is what we'll do. We'll let you plead guilty in the feds first. So it'll be strike 2 in the feds.
Right.
Okay. Then you'll go to the state, plead guilty. They're going to run it concurrent and coterminous. So they run together, right? Yeah. When the state ends, the Fed ends, state ends, you're going to get out.
State ends and everything. Yeah. Like you did both times at the same time.
Both at the same time. If you lose, if you don't want to make the deal, we're going to flip that bitch around. And if you go to trial, I mean, fuck, it's like
you gotta throw the book at you.
All right. Or you cooperate.
Yeah.
Fuck, cooperate. Oh, fuck you.
I
didn't say fuck you, but so you two, and then Carlos gets pinched, and he has obviously the ability to cooperate if he wants to also, but we didn't. So the difference between our platform and everyone else's, with most people, we didn't cooperate. Right now, am I against cooperation 100%? No, because there are ways to cooperate without bringing your friends down.
Without bringing anybody in.
If it's a business, this got to be a business deal.
Business.
You make a deal with someone. Hey, you know, X amount of money to you if you go to prison or whatever the fuck it is, 1,000 kilos, 500 kilos. You're paying people to take a dive. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's a business deal.
The business deal, they know about it, fine. But to bring down your friend or anyone else that doesn't know about it and you're going to ruin their life, fuck that. No.
That's not right. That's not right.
So that's the difference between me and Carlos. And because of that, we don't have a fucking green pass to say whatever the hell we want because we can't. You know, there's things that we said, I don't know nothing about that. You know, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that, you know, and you're like, fuck. So these guys can sit there and say, how many people this guy said he was killed?
Yeah, 300 plus.
300 plus. Oh, yeah. And you're walking around. Listen, if I killed fucking 300 people, I tell you this, I would never mention anyone's name.
Oh.
You get someone's fucking cousin or somebody, nephew, uncle, son, grandson.
Yeah, you got problems out there.
Motherfucker, you killed my uncle? Really?
You got problems out there. Exactly.
And you're on YouTube?
Exactly.
Let me find out where you live, right? No, hell no. Keep that shit quiet. And then the other thing is respect for the family. All right. You whacked out a guy.
Yeah, you don't brag. You don't brag that shit out there.
Right.
You don't brag that shit.
The guy you whacked out, that's one thing, right? But the kids don't.
Family's different. Yeah, and the kids, the family, everybody's different. You know, it's not their fault what the other fool did, you know, or didn't do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll go. Listen, I need flight schedules. I'm good on the IDs and everything. I already turned all that in. Everything's good. Hotel. I need flight schedules. I only got one.
All right. So that means Josh, Nathan, Anthony. With the other guys, James and Patrick.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like
we need your flight schedules.
Flight schedules because I need to know, you know, transportation. I don't know how we're gonna pick them up. You know, where, how, what time. You know what I mean? Yeah. What flights are they coming in? I need to organize. We can't be running around like chickens with their heads cut off.
Okay.
So we're drawing up plans this evening. We were drawing up plans to see what we do. I got to run it by you, see what we do.
Okay. I got three more people for the second
for April.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So that's
beautiful.
Once this video comes out, we're gonna have to figure out more than 5 is not gonna cut it. 10 easy. Okay. 10 easy. We're gonna have to. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do it, but we'll figure it out.
Make it happen. We'll make it happen. We'll make our crew grow.
Yeah.
That's it. All right.
All right, brother.
Talk to you in a minute.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, man, fucking blind.